VBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, and a whole lot more. A collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 7:23 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's Saturday, April 29th, 2017, about 59 degrees in Billerica, Massachusetts, under cloudy skies, but it's going to break off, and we're going to get 80 degrees today, which is pretty good for this time of year. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Boston Red Sox beat the Chicago Cubs by the score of 5-4 last night. The Boston Celtics eliminated the Chicago Bulls. They'll be facing off against the Washington Wizards in the second round of the playoffs, which starts Sunday. The Wizards knocked off the Atlanta Hawks, which is pretty good. The LA Clippers forced Game 7 against the Utah Jazz in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. The St. Louis Blues even this series with one game apiece with the Nashville Predators, and the Edmonton Oilers are up 2-0 with the Anaheim Ducks, and it goes back to Rogers' place for games 3 and 4. The Oilers could sweep the Ducks out of the playoffs. We'll wait and see about that. And it's Happy International Dance Day, and it's Happy Take Back Your Prescription Drugs Day. So every place in the United States, if you're no longer using prescription drugs, bring it back and they'll dispose it of you. And that's about it on that. I'll be be back in a flash with my first video blog subject of the day, which will be about the top 10 famous Canadian Americans of all time. Get out. You're so sweet, 'cause they're cute. The more, the merrier. Go find something to do. I know. Want to put a wager on that, Richie? It's actual, not be tall here, BMHS. Great quotes only on RVBN. Time now is 7:25 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts, and it's April 29th, 2017. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is the top 10 list of the most famous Canadian Americans of all time. These Canadians are actually now U.S. citizens, and they're the most famous Canadian Americans of all time. The best of the best of the best. And here they are, number 10 on this list of the most famous Canadian Americans of all time. Samantha Bee, actress and comedian. She's on TBS a lot. She's very funny. Number 9 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, actor Dan Aykroyd, who was first came to known to prominence of being in Saturday Night Live, and he starred in so many movies. His most famous movie is Trading Places with Eddie Murphy back in 1983. Number 8 on this list of the top 10 famous Canadian Americans of all time, Tommy Kahn. Tommy Kahn was part of that famous comedy team of the 1970s with Chi Martin. They were so funny. They were a controversial comedy duo, but they still do acts several times a year. Number 7 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Mike Myers, actor, comedian, writer, director, big-time Maple Leafs fan. He was on Saturday Night Live at first. Then he starred in 2 Wayne's World movies. He is known for being in 3 Austin Power movies, and there's going to be a 4th one. Number 6 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, WWE Hall of Famer. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Actually, Bret the Hitman Hart's a dual citizen of the United States and Canada because his mother was born in the United States. Number 5 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is an actor, comedian. He first came to prominence in the United States for being in Living Color. And he starred in so many movies, including Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, The Truman Show, and so many others. Number 4 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Alex Trebek. Alex is famous for hosting Jeopardy for many, many years. He also hosted a number of game shows, including High Rollers and Classic Concentration. He one time had the biggest perm in the 70s, and he had one of the most famous mustaches. He shaved it off in 2001. And he became an American citizen in 1996. A couple of weeks later, he had jury duty. That's a fact, Jack. Sorry about that. Number 3 on this list of the top 10 most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, who has most goals, assists, and points in National Hockey League history, holds so many NHL records. 99 is retired across the boards in the NHL, and he's the Great One. He's one of the most famous Great Ones there is, behind the rock, and Julie Breton. Number 2 on this list of the most famous Canadian Americans of all time, Michael J. Fox, actor famous for playing Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties. He starred in the Back to the Future movies and Teen Wolf and Spin City. Michael J. Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1991, but he did not make it public until 1998. He's a spokesperson for Parkinson's disease. But number 1 on this list of the most famous Canadian American of all time, actress, model, Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson has posed for Playboy more times than any other lady. One time the most popular blonde on the planet. She was on Baywatch and VIP. She was once married to Tommy Lee and Kid Rock. And Pamela is one of the best blondes of all time, next to Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield. And that's about it on that. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+, with 3 more video blogs for your entertainment. One will be about the NBA second round playoff preview. Third video blog will be about Raven's Nest. And the 4th and final video blog of the night will be about the David Letterman show that was on daytime in NBC in 1980. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Wolfsblood of WCC, Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hatzel, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 in New York, such a rocking cougar's got the best legs in New York City, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11, Swiss Southern accent, best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Wayne Clare of WHEH Channel 7 Boston, rocks, and she got the best legs in New York, Boston. And in the world of Sean Luciano. See you later.